I really have to stop and count out how old she was, but you were born in 52.
Yeah, the only thing I remember is
So she'd been 8.
playing out in the front yard of the new
Neptune
house.
Park.
Yeah, not the one they lived in.
No.
Oh no, I remember being in the bedroom one time with Robbie, and we had to sleep in that front bedroom,
Yeah.
and we had to sleep together.
You don't remember the time you turned him over in the buggy?
No, I don't remember that. But I do remember there was a scorpion in the corner.
Oh.
We used to have scorpions in that house, and I couldn't scream. And Mother and Daddy were back in the kitchen because the kitchen was back to back, and peach trees. We had peach trees all back in there.
And you know those peach trees were kind of funny. Mother and Dad lived in a place over in Enid, and it had a peach tree in the backyard. And they were those gorgeous, great big Albertas. And she came down one day, they came down, and she brought a basket of these peaches. And we ate them, and they were so good. And every time anybody would eat one, Jimmy was not very big. I guess I could figure out he was. But anyway, he'd take the seed and go off and do something with it. And nobody paid any attention to him. And the next spring, back there was kind of a sand pile back in the back of the, where you said the peach trees are. And he was going down there and putting these seeds out. Well, then it evidently got cold and frozen enough or something. And anyway, the next spring they came up. And there were several peach trees back there, and they were seedlings, and at least one of them grew big enough to have peaches on it.
Are they still there today?
I don't suppose so, but they... And
I mean, that house isn't even there anymore.
I don't think so. But even the one of the trees had the nice great big peaches on it. Seedlings don't always, they just kind of grow whatever happens to strike their fancy. They're not like grafted.
Didn't you guys live in that house in front of that? Did you still live? You didn't live there when we were born.
We had moved back up a shack. Because Pop wanted to drill a well and fool with their water.
Yeah.
And see, when we bought out there, there were 7 1/4 acres. And there was nothing there but the big house. And you remember where the boys built their airplanes and stuff, the little house back in the backyard? Well, that had been the garage. And it wouldn't hold anything but a Model T, I don't think. And so when we moved out there, Paul snaked it around over like this into the side of that backyard and put a floor in it, and gas and lights and a window and door and stuff. And the boys had their desks out there that they'd built in manual training, built airplanes. Then he built the garage and the office and the laundry room and something there in what later turned out to be the apartment.
Were they real flying airplanes that they built?
Oh,
Or models?
models.
Okay.
They were 10 years old or 12
They
or
didn't
something.
fly.
Oh,
No,
okay. I thought
they
maybe
didn't
they were
fly.
building real.
Except I have yet to get one. Every one, and Bill was a better builder than Jimmy. But every one he built was going to be mine, and I was going to have it for a model. But always he had to go out and see if it would fly and crash it. So I never had one till this day. He's
I don't
building
think there's
one
any
now.
left. Is there maybe one? He's got one.
He's got,
somebody
I
has
don't-
one.
he's got one. He's got a great big one that he took. First time he went to, Lord help me, I guess Korea.
Oh, I got to show you something. You might have given this to Mother.
We may have a patch or two for you too when
Oh, I
we
expect so. I've got.
get to our next place.
Stop
We
and
can
yeah.
take them off our present uniform.
Yeah. Martha brought me one, whatever she wore to put on. I don't think I've ever sewed it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
We were
I
pretty
got
good friends with Martha over there.
Well, she was at Enid when Nina was working at Vance.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm saying we were pretty good friends.
Yeah, I knew you were.
We
Yeah.
saw a lot of her.
Uh-huh. She's a real nice person, kind of odd.
She got really hung up on a guy over there who was married.
I never heard that. I mean, I knew she had this.
You probably should keep that to yourself.
Probably. Well, I think Martha's had some disappointments. She was married one time for a while.
Right.
And he was in the Army.
This guy was a fighter pilot.
And
I went through the pictures the other day.
Oh.
Did you give Mother this?
I must have.
This was to grandmother, which was.
Oh, no, I didn't give her this. This was, this came
This
out
was
of
your mother?
my mother.
From Ruthie.
Uh-huh.
That Mother had drawn.
There.
That's pretty good. That's real strange. See, there's a person coming out over here. A girl, I think.
Well, I guess this was her horse, and this is the Indian. Of course, sometime or other we had an Indian encampment down there. We went out to where the Indians, and maybe she saw the teepees.
Maybe.
This is home.
No, but this is Hollery Plum.
Oh.
Somebody snuck in the door.
You want me to say it? Say what? Your famous word? No, Mother.
Say it.
No, I better not, Julie.
What
Give
are
it
they?
to me. Oh, you know what they are.
Same words as some other people that I know say.
Yeah, probably. What are you doing?
Boy, that's a pretty shirt.
Watching you take your clothes off.
Oh, okay. I've done
He's
it.
sitting around here playing with that thing, but I'm going to throw something at him if he turns it on to take pictures.
Oh, I wouldn't do a thing like that. That's why I've held it here for the last hour and a half.
Well, did you fix us some margaritas, Tim?
No, I didn't. Isn't it?
No, but let me tell you that he slept off this afternoon all that he had earlier.
That's Papa.
Just hold it.
This is it.
That's Papa.
Oh, in pounds. He never could get to be the 200, and he wore the same clothes he always wore.
Got to bring it back.
What have you been? You know what I'm gonna do? You know, you gave me a picture like this with a lot of holes in
not a
it to
very
put
good
everything
picture.
in. And I bought one sometime, and Clay and Shelley gave me one this year, so I'm gonna take all the pictures out and kind of rehash them and sort of organize. And
Here, you gotta get this. What are you doing? Oh, we're just recording for posterity.
you aren't really taking. Is he taking pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, Timothy, John, I could shoot you.
No,
That's all
Nonny,
right.
you just.
See, I'm destined to be beautiful when I get older because Mother was kind of chunky here.
Well, your mother has outgrown the chunky business.
I know. I got Mother this for Christmas.
That is pretty.
From Korea. It goes pretty good with that.
It's a smidgen wide right here. I think I'm gonna have to sew it just a little bit, because every once in a while I'd notice my straps were showing. But I
Well,
sit
you
in my
could wear
chair
a blouse
sideways.
under it too, I guess.
Yeah, but I like it.
That's good, Tim.
Well, that's a
Getting
pretty. Is
reflection.
that a made nugget or is that just a
It's an all
jewelry store shaped piece?
It's an all well.
That's Daddy bought her an oil well. For Christmas.
Well, but some of them melt them down and they come funny shapes and melt some.
Mother, it's an all well.
I know,
Is
I
that
can
you
see it
or-
now when you got down where it is.
Well,
But I didn't
don't
before.
do
It was
these.
from down here, it looked like,
Here.
oh, you can't take all of these.
You can't do every one of these, Tim.
We should.
Well, no, we still have the pictures. They're not going
Where's
to go
your
anywhere.
well that too?
Right here. This is Robbie.
What in the world?
What's the first thing you remember, the very first thing that you can think about remembering?
It was Western crude oil.
No, Mother.
Well, we've been rehashing and she tells
When
me.
you were little,
What?
your
Tiny.
first memory.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't have any. My brain is gone. The very first memory that I had was eating soup out of blue bowls in the little house across the creek with a lamp on the table and Papa playing his French horn.
Down
Well,
at Grandma's?
No, across the creek.
Across the creek when we lived in the
Where we lived over there in the little
house
two-room
across
house
the creek. And, I was very little.
that I told you we moved from across the creek into Grandma's backyard that when we had to live there.
You're particularly pretty this evening.
And then
Is it because I'm so mad?
Are you mad?
Oh, I'm so mad.
Why are you mad?
Oh, I'm just having a mad.
At
Oh.
who?
Things.
Oh.
Operations.
inanimate thing.
I'm going to Shattuck tomorrow on the warpath.
Oh dear. Maybe I should have stayed in Denver.
I won't go into it. But Phil
Uh,
says, you have time to take care of it.
Somebody
I left him standing in the parking lot talking to me, I was telling him, I got to go, I have to be home at 6:30.
Somebody did something wrong
Oh, absolutely.
in relation to switching to Getty?
No,
No?
just total wrong from out there. Some things are just not right.
Charlie didn't do it, did he?
Oh, not Charlie. Charlie's my salvation.
I'm going to have to pay a visit to Dr. Krager.
Why?
Well, she's the hearing person, and this sojourn up at Denver, I don't hear everything anybody says.
Well, you've been that way for a long time.
You want to see a little
That's
mother?
worse though, this last.
It won't film, Tim. I don't think it's good enough, but.
I don't think you can get out of that little thing taking them off. You better take them up and have them.
Here.
I know when this was. This is Grandma and Grandpa's 50th anniversary.
I think it was 60th.
Grandma and Grandpa
60.
was
Grandma and
Pop-Up's.
Grandpa's Walton.
Pop-Up's mom and dad.
This is grandmother.
That's your mom, your mother.
Yeah, I don't
think it'll.
Upside down, I think that's Grandma and well, let's see, that's Lena and Grandma, and
Where's Uncle Jim?
this is, I have to put my cheaters on for that one.
Cheaters?
Who's this?
Well, isn't that what they are?
That's,
I think that's
Ida.
your Pop-Up's Aunt Ruth.
no, it's not.
Hmm?
No, it's not. It's Ida.
Oh, that's Ida. Lena.
Ida who?
Uncle
Ida
Jim's
was
wife,
Uncle
Betty's
Jim's
mother.
wife, Betty's mother.
Oh, I didn't know.
Ida and Grandpa
did.
and Grandma and Uncle Jim.
Ruthie,
So
what do you got a
this is
taste for?
probably
I don't know.
Your choice.
probably Rollo, but I didn't know he
Seriously?
was
I'll
ever
drink
that
'em with you.
fat.
I wouldn't even mind getting totally smashed tonight.
I'll do it with you. Let's get it. Let's do it.
All right.
Julie, will you drive us home?
Yeah.
Lord help me, Ruth Walton, where in the world did you get
Where's the
all these
complete?
pictures?
Well, there's only two places
She's
that I
had
know
those
of to
for
get
a
good
long time.
margaritas
I
that I
used to
know
look at
of.
those
And that was
over
where we
and
were
over.
today.
That's when your papa
Or
was five.
Applewoods.
Jimmy was
Applewoods
about 5.
are small. We could go back and have Mexican food again. Could you handle
I
that?
couldn't handle Mexican food again.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
this
too
is
bad.
me and
But
Nina.
what
This
was-
is when
I
we had
called
the
you
mumps.
This afternoon and said, hey, go get some of that frozen meat or some of that stuff and we'll mix this up some.
See how fat we
We
are?
could still do that.
And there's one someplace of us around the other.
I got
and
the
this is-
recipe now,
This is at the front porch of that, what we call a Kirkpatrick
This
house.
is you, isn't it?
Yeah.
but we need a
And
sweet
who
and
was
sour.
Well, that's,
No,
I don't
we
know,
could stop at the
that's-
mix place and get
I
it
don't
real
know.
quick.
That's what
Some
we should
kids.
do.
They're open till 10, I think.
I don't know who they are.
Here, Tim, you gotta see this. This is Nonny.
We
Okay.
could go to Pioneer Pies and eat a,
No
like
kidding.
Like share a sandwich or something like that.
And here's Nonny and Pop-Up and
That's
I don't know
Pop-Pop
who that
and
is.
me. Jimmy and, look back there, is that Ruthie?
No, that's too old
I
to be
can't-
mother.
I can't tell who's back there.
Who's that?
Isaac
That looks
and
like,
Seal.
yeah. Started to say that looked like Sue Carol. And I guess that is Sue Carol there.
Well, Sue Carol would be the same size. They were both 5 that year.
That's Pop-Up. In a bathing suit.
Ooh.
Why did he do that?
Oh, well, he was horsing around. I know.
What do you mean, why did he do what?
Why did he put on that bathing suit and stand out there and have these pictures?
Well,
Just
there's a
was
lake
going
around
You-
there. We
you
were.
guys went swimming in those kind of things?
Yes, that was the bathing
What do you
suit of the
think?
day.
I thought it was a woman's bathing suit.
No. The
Wait,
women's
no.
came down to the knees.
You ought to see.
There's one in here.
My granddad wore the same thing.
I thought that was a woman's bathing suit all
Oh,
the time.
well. You got a lot to learn. We haven't passed
No.
one, I don't think.
Well, there's one in here, Nonny. Or
Yeah.
Maybe it was right here.
I remember that picture.
Well, you should have seen it, and let me tell you, I almost wasn't allowed to go. Now, there's Nina. No, that's Dale. And Zach and Ruthie.
Uh-huh. Here's Mother, Tim. This little fat pumpkin here. Looks just like her.
Hold it up.
Actually, it looks like
Rihanna.
me.
Rihanna.
Well,
I think it looks like me.
Hold it up, Julie.
I don't think
Yeah, I
that'll come
can.
out. Tim.
Listen, hold it up. Just
Here's Mother and Bill.
No, that's not me. I
That's
thought
what it
was,
says.
But it's not.
Oh.
I think it's Georgie,
Let me see.
Frankie.
Are you finished?
Is it in the scooter?
No, it's sitting there.
Oh,
I don't think that's me.
yes it is.
Well,
Yeah, it's you and Bill, and you were down there because,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
3 generations,
Neither.
4 generations actually. Right here in this room right now today.
right.
Hello?
You had your goldfish in there. That's Jimmy. That's the little red chair that lived over at Grandma's.
Do you want to go to Pioneer Pies or would you rather go someplace where you could have a cocktail?
Well, I'm like you, I don't know of any place we could go to have a cocktail and get something that's decent to eat without getting,
You know,
Are you hungry?
I never,
Not
that
really.
looks like Nancy to me right now.
Still full day.
When I left this morning, she was scowling, she was just about to cry, and she was looking down. I know it isn't, but she has that,
Well, Nancy and I do have some similarities. If I was short and rounder, a little rounder face, dark hair, long eyelashes,
we could-
blue eyes.
No, we could do. We could go to Pioneer Pies and then we could scoot up to Tamales and drink their margaritas for $1.95 each.
No, they're $3.95
No, from 2 o'clock until they close, they're half price, 2 for 1.
till 4.
I thought it said till closing.
In your thing
this is the old gate down at Grandma's.
It was
Open
from
that
2
thing.
Till
till
closing.
midnight.
That's right.
Open that drawer right there.
There's
That's Mother and Bill.
Oh.
Tamales
the big cheese.
Miss Phil
This
said
is
you
the
could
old
drink
gate
a
down
lot
in
till
front of
till
Grandma's
closing
house.
time.
Okay. Thank Tamales, it's Thursday. Thursdays, 2 p.m. to closing. Jumbo margaritas, 2 for the price
That's
of
right.
1. And the price of 1 was $3.50.
Oh, this was
That's
you.
right. We could do that. Well, let's go to the Pioneer Pies then.
Well, I'm
Ready?
gonna let you and Mother go drinking then. I have no desire to.
Well, you don't have to drink. You can sit there with us.
I wanted to sit there.
Well,
Oh,
if you don't want to do
the
that,
difference is sitting here going
I
home.
thought you wanted to record at 7 o'clock.
It's going to record by itself.
okay, if you don't want to do that, we'll go to Pioneer Pies, eat a sandwich, Tim and I'll stop at the next place, come home and get smashed.
Let's do that.
We need to write a note right now, though, so in case Raymond comes home, he doesn't mess TV up till 9 o'clock.
Well, right at
Why don't you record it
This
on the
was
other
the house
Well,
over
I gotta-
across the creek, the little 2-room house that we moved away. Bill and Dale and Bill and Ruthie and Dale.
Who's this? Is that Mother?